In the beloved Disney classic Beauty and the Beast, the character of Belle stands out as a captivating and multifaceted protagonist. Let's take a closer look at her character and explore what makes her such an engaging and relatable figure. She has become very knowledgeable over the years because she loves reading books. This has given her a wide vocabulary, a vivid imagination, and an open mind. She is very confident in her opinions and doesn't like being told what to do. Despite all this, she doesn't have many friends. Her intelligence and free-thinking attitude make her stand out from the other people in her town, who think she's a bit strange despite her beauty. Belle is known throughout the village for her beauty, with one person saying it's unmatched. But she isn't vain or overly concerned about her looks, even though she knows she's beautiful. She's very aware that the other villagers see her as odd and peculiar. Belle seems less focused on appearances, both her own and others. She's able to look past how people look and see into their personalities instead. Unlike the rude and arrogant Gaston, Belle pays little attention to her own appearance. This is how she's able to change the Beast's attitude and bring love and happiness to the castle. She is somewhat of a free spirit for her time and won't let anyone mistreat, undermine, humiliate, demean, or control her, especially Gaston. She seemed disgusted by Gaston's ideas about their marriage, like having a big family or him expecting her to wait on him.
Picture this. A rustic hunting lodge, my latest kill roasting on the fire, and my little wife massaging my feet, while the little ones play on the floor with the dogs.
Even when agreeing to live in the castle, she acts independently. She has a close relationship with her father Maurice and deeply respects his opinions. He's the only one who has always believed in her, so she's willing to listen to and learn from him. She also comes to admire the Beast and values his perspective, as he eventually treats her as an equal. Belle seems to have a good rapport with the bookseller too, likely because he encourages her love of reading. She has a compassionate heart and warm nature, but she's also impressively brave. She doesn't care what the other townspeople say about her and refuses Gaston's sexist marriage proposal, resisting his charms unlike the other girls.
What's wrong with her? She's crazy. He's gorgeous.
I'm very sorry, Gaston, but I just don't deserve you.
Whoa!
Her bravest moments are when she willingly trades her freedom for her father's and stands up to the Beast at times. However, she does have fears, like of wolves and the Beast's castle, and at first his monstrous appearance and demands crush her. Despite her fears, Belle's unconditional love for those close to her, including eventually the Beast, gives her the strength to risk her life for theirs. She's not just a passive, obedient character, but a strong-willed woman who thinks for herself and stands up for what she believes in. She is quite stubborn when it comes to her opinions and ideas. Even though she dreams of adventure, she also wishes for a friend who accepts her as she is. This is because the people in town criticize her for doing her own thing and can't understand her, making her feel like she doesn't fit in. However, even when people give her a hard time, she never changes but comes to a better understanding of herself. This makes a big difference when she breaks the spell and wins over the Beast just by being herself. In a Disney comic set before the first movie, it's implied that Belle was a bit of a skeptic about myths and legends, despite her love of fairy tales. This is shown when she explores the Black Forest and thinks there aren't any mythical creatures there, until she's shocked to discover the living objects like Mrs. Potts. This is also supported in the film, where she yells this is impossible when she accidentally bumps into the wardrobe and realizes the servants are enchanted objects. So while Belle is stubborn and feels like an outsider, she stays true to herself. And even though she's a bit skeptical at times, she's open-minded enough to have her perspective changed when faced with the magical and extraordinary. She is quite clever and uses her wit to outsmart people. When arguing with the Beast, she held her ground and responded to each of his points with a clever comeback, like if you hadn't scared me, I wouldn't have run away, or you need to learn to control your temper. These statements left the Beast speechless and unsure how to respond. When Lumiere and Cogsworth tried to distract Belle from the West Wing, she challenged them by saying the West Wing wouldn't be forbidden if the Beast wasn't hiding something there, briefly stunning them as well. Her logical thinking may have also helped her save her father by realizing something strange was going on in the castle that she wanted to investigate. In the West Wing, Belle almost discovers the beast's true identity, though she briefly forgets about it in the end. Her quick wit and ability to think on her feet allow her to hold her own, even against powerful figures like the beast or the castle's enchanted servants. She uses her intelligence to stand up for herself and get to the bottom of the castle's mysteries. Belle has a strong sense of character and uses it to her advantage. After the Be Our Guest song, she gets curious and wants to explore the castle, so she asks for a guide. Observing Cogsworth's authoritative personality, she knows he'd be the best choice. At first, Cogsworth is reluctant, but when Belle says she's sure he knows everything about the castle, he agrees. Belle also has strong deductive reasoning skills. From the way the animated objects interact, she deduces that the castle she's imprisoned in is enchanted, without anyone telling her directly. She puts her intelligence and perceptiveness to use to navigate her new surroundings. Rather than passively accepting her situation, Belle actively engages with the castle and its inhabitants. She uses her understanding of people's personalities and her own logical thinking to get what she wants, whether that's a tour of the castle or figuring out the castle's secrets. Her strong sense of self and her mental acuity allow her to take an active role in her circumstances. It's implied that she also figured out Gaston's role in locking up her father, but this is contradicted when she later exposes the beast's existence to the angry mob of villagers, even though she likely knew they would try to kill him in their emotional state. This makes Belle feel so guilty that she decides to stop Gaston and save the beast, who has become her true love. Her personality goes through a transformation over the course of the film. At first, she frequently dreams about adventure and romance, not realizing that sometimes adventures can take a dark turn. But as she spends more time with the beast and their relationship grows into a strong friendship, she starts to fall in love with him without even realizing it. So, while Belle is intelligent and perceptive, she doesn't always think through the consequences of her actions. Her desire for excitement and adventure can sometimes cloud her judgment. But as she gets to know the beast better, her priorities shift, and she develops deeper feelings for him that she didn't anticipate. Her character arc shows her growing and changing in response to her new experiences in the castle,